A common sight for these coronavirus times, people pouring off public transport, wearing face masks, looking for that first gulp of fresh air. Masks in many places are compulsory, but as the weather gets warmer, is that enough to ease worries?
I feel if I have a mask on my children and I try to make sure that I'm like 1.5 or 2 meters away from somebody who also has mask, I feel quite sure.
Obviously you can't be too safe, but if you want to get around, this is what you have to do.
Most modern trams and buses are fitted with air conditioning units which draw fresh air from the outside. But go underground and it's a slightly different story. Though passenger numbers are still down compared to before the pandemic, carriages are starting to fill up again. Unlike trams and buses, most underground systems around the world don't have air conditioning, and so in confined spaces without much ventilation, these are considered higher risk. Despite the lack of air conditioning, transport officials point to other sources of airflow.
So they use a lot of outside air to ventilate the vehicles the whole time that they're going and they're driving. Then of course at the stations the doors open up, so you have ventilation there. The stations itself are ventilated by the trains going back and forth, because you have these huge trains pushing in with their speed, moving out the air.
A coronavirus outbreak at a meat plant in northern Germany has put air conditioning under the spotlight again. It follows a Chinese study that suggested air conditioning helped spread the virus to diners in a Guangzhou restaurant.
If the air condition has a movement of the air, they can transfer the droplets of the viruses from one to another. Therefore, you need much more air, fresh air from the outside in such cases.
Scientists admit it's too early to make any firm conclusions about air conditioning units. As well as fresh air, they say high-efficiency filters can help reduce the presence of the virus. Such filters are what airlines use inside their cabins, recycling the airflow every 3 or 4 minutes. But this only kicks in during the flight and not before and after.
These air conditions has to be active before the passengers enter the plane. We think that dry air promotes formation of aerosols and consequently the possibility of an infection.
As summer and the holiday season approaches, this year there's more than simply just the destination to consider.